And with that, they're off again. How about this? Another wave of runners taking off from the start line. Woo! A little cheer to go with it.
Yeah.
Even some cheer from Rod and China. Encouraging the runners that can't hear them at all. We do not see this every year. A wet start to Hood to Coast. Lots of raindrops up there, lots of umbrellas out. A live report from the start line of this year's Hood to Coast coming up in just a moment. Six o'clock hour here, Friday morning on the Sunrise Show. We often see those runners this time of the day every year on Mount Hood with the spotlights on their head trying to cruise through the darkness. But man, the umbrellas, Rod, that's a new sight up there this year.
The one gentleman said he's been doing this is his 42nd. I think he said it's rained 3 of the years prior that he's done the race, which tells you it's pretty odd. Yes. It doesn't happen often. Here's radar right now on this Friday morning. The good news is that this area had thunderstorms lighting up the skies last evening into the overnight. The stormy action is over for now. So currently there are no storms. It's mostly just good old-fashioned rain. But here's the rain at Timberline. It does break up once they get down off of Government Camp and into the Welch's area. But the forecast, as you look at a cloudy start here in Portland, calls for likely showers to the point that if you're outdoors for any extended period of time today, you probably will find some rain moving through, and spotty downpours will be mixed in. We're at 60, and your planner holds temperatures in the 60s today with the clouds, and the showers just coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. I've got to go now.
But Rod will come again here shortly on the Sunrise Show. All right, top story here at 6 o'clock. The FDA has approved a couple of updated COVID vaccines, one from Pfizer, the other from Moderna. This is the third time the vaccines have been updated to keep up with new strains. Of course, the fall and winter months could bring with them an increase in COVID cases. So health experts say those who are most at risk, like older adults and immunocompromised people, should get the updated vaccine sooner versus later.
All of us, 6 months and older, should consider getting this vaccine. The protection starts within weeks after getting the vaccine. So if you're someone who's at higher risk, with COVID still circulating at fairly high levels now, it will offer you protection from the summer wave.
People who have recently had COVID should wait about 3 months before they get the vaccine. The Oregon Health Authority didn't give an exact time for when the updated shots will be available, only saying sometime here in the coming weeks. And they also still recommend the boost for anyone older than 6 months.
A treatment center in Bend that offers psilocybin therapy is getting a major donation to help offer services to more people. Bendable Therapy is getting $50,000 scholarship from natural soap maker Dr. Bronner's. Bendable says it plans to use some of the funds for an upcoming veterans retreat, and the rest will be used to make the treatment available to clients who can't afford the usual rate.
Health officials have detected high levels of a harmful algae in Vancouver Lake. So the park is going to stay open there, but warning signs are going up, letting people know not to swim or let their pets drink from the lake. Health officials say the algae can cause wheezing, coughing, chest tightness, and shortness of breath, and can also be especially dangerous for kids and small animals.
The Klamath Falls man accused of kidnapping a Seattle woman and holding her in a makeshift cell in his home appeared in federal court in Medford earlier this week for a pre-trial hearing. And prosecutors revealed that they seized journals in which Nagasi Zuberi allegedly detailed plans to kidnap and imprison women to create a, quote, underground army of children. The judge overruled Zuberi's lawyer's request to dismiss the evidence. Zuberi faces charges that include felony kidnapping and attempted escape from jail. The trial is set for October.
One person died and 2 more are in the hospital after a crash on SR 14 in Camas. So this happened yesterday during the day when a flatbed truck carrying a manufactured home got stuck trying to cross that narrow bridge there between Camas and Washougal. The highway backed up, and according to Washington State Patrol, a driver tried to make a U-turn but was hit by oncoming traffic. 7 cars were involved in that crash. SR 14 shut down in both directions for several hours before reopening later in the afternoon.
In Cowlitz County, the coroner's office has identified the remains of a man found dead earlier this year. His body was discovered in a wooded area in Kelso off Old Pacific Highway South. Investigators say they used DNA to identify him as 21-year-old Miguel Camacho of Pennsylvania. He was living in Longview when he went missing about a year ago. We still don't know how he died.
The state of Washington ranks last in the country when it comes to the number of police officers per capita. Our sister station in Seattle is reporting that one of the main reasons for this is a backlog of recruits that are waiting for training. The director of the Washington Training Bureau estimates the backlog has been as high as 500 to 600 recruits at one point. So to help with all that congestion, the state has opened up 2 new regional academies, one in Vancouver, the other in Pasco. By the end of this year, another academy site is set to open up in Snohomish County. The new regional academies will require, or cover, I should say, all the requirements that you would expect from defensive training to mock scenarios like traffic stops.
Vancouver is considering converting the former Naidenov Gymnastics facility, famous for training Olympic gymnast Jordan Childs, into a 150-bed homeless shelter. The city estimates that there are 500 people unhoused across Vancouver with no space at any of their tiny homes or shelters. And from now until the end of November, the community will have virtual and in-person opportunities to express any concerns about turning the property into a homeless shelter. But some residents living close by don't seem too happy.
Absolutely not.
Well, already we see trash from the homeless camping out over here on the other side of the park, right north of where they're putting that.
A coordinator for Vancouver Homelessness Response says they are planning to have a medication-assisted treatment program as part of the shelter. If the project continues, it would cost $6 to $7 million a year to run.
In eastern Washington, scientists have uncovered mammoth bones. Not like huge bones, but bones from the animal, the mammoth. These are from 17,000 years ago. This is all in the Tri-Cities area. Scientists have been digging there since 2010, and they say everything in this spot, even the dirt, is giving them crucial information about climate change over the years. The site is now open for tours, by the way, so kids can sift through the dirt to hunt for pieces of history.
The front of the animal is over there. The tail of the animal is over there. We know from our radiocarbon dating that our mammoth died 17,000 years ago. So that's a 17,000 year time period that we have data on how the climate has changed in this specific area.
I found a skull that looks like it's from a mouse.
Yep.
The team of 20 scientists are doing all of this work without any pay, so the project relies on tour ticket sales and donations to stay funded. You have through October to go check it out for yourself.
Oregon's largest ski resort is now for sale. Yesterday, Powder Corps announced it will be selling Mount Bachelor along with 2 resorts in Colorado and British Columbia. This comes as a Utah-based company announced the sale of 2 Vermont resorts in what it says is an effort to focus and diversify its business. Mount Bachelor is Central Oregon's 2nd largest employer with more than 1,100 workers. Powder has owned the resort since 2001.
When I first saw that headline this morning, I read it wrong, Rob.
Yeah.
I thought it said Mount Bachelor for sale. And I thought, how do you sell a mountain? But the key word there is resort. Mount Bachelor Resort for sale.
I get it. So the coffee machines are for sale. The mountain is not.
That's the way I understand it.
Okay, Drew, here's a look at our radar. This is going to back up, so let's give it a second to back up, and then we'll play the last 6 hours. And there's the thunder and lightning that went up the mountain. The heavy rain bands ended up just clipsing Sandy, and Troutdale got just a dab of the heavier rain, but most of the heavy rain and the lightning stayed up over the Cascades. And now as you watch it one more time, the good news is this morning for the Hood to Coast Relay certainly is that currently there's no storm threat. The storms have moved on, and it is raining up at Timberline, but it's just rain, no storm threat currently. We have scattered showers, as you can see, moving into the valley. Here's one of our Timberline cameras. This one's focused on the day parking lot, which of course is the setup for the Hood to Coast Relay. It is 41 degrees up there. It is wet. It is raining. Here's a live look from the camera iris just got washed out a little bit, but it's cloudy over Yaquina Bay and Newport currently. And there you can see a better shot of the clouds over downtown Portland. Temperatures won't budge much today. It's going to be a solid overcast. We're going to see enough shower activity that if you spend literally, I'm going to say, an hour outdoors, your odds of getting wet, at least for a period of those 60 minutes, is going to be pretty good. And there will be spotty downpours mixed in. As you look at temperatures right now, 58 in downtown Portland and 57 degrees is your number out in Salem. The weather map today, look at all the 60s. Basically, everybody's going to be somewhere around 60 to slightly warmer statewide. Scattered thunderstorm threats, especially east of the Cascades. Maybe a rumble of thunder with a heavier shower here on the west side today. Only 66. Yesterday we did make it up to 71. Tomorrow is looking pretty dry. There's an ongoing light shower threat. Maybe there's some mistiness in the air, but there could also be a lot of dry time. Sunday, no rain chance, partly cloudy skies, 78. And then we're back to summer. It's still summer and it's coming back. That's your forecast.